My game is finally releasing. 3.5 years ago, I was hosting game jams, making meme projects, poking fun at crypto metaverse scams, when we had a realization that the talent that I had around me, guys who have been making small projects in their spare time, crafting tight-knit experiences, could come together for something a little bit bigger. We decided to make a single-player stealth action FPS with elements inspired by the games I played growing up. You'll see traces of Splinter Cell, Rainbow Six, Max Payne, and although I don't think we could ever fill those shoes, it's clear to us now, talking with all of you, that there's a hole in the market where those games once thrived. And the only way you can get close to those experiences now is from the indie space. 3 years ago, we announced Transients to the world, and the positivity that you all have shown throughout this process has made us incredibly proud. We've grown to over 41,000 wish lists on Steam, released a small demo a few years back showing off that early work, and this entire community has been on edge waiting for a release date. That time has finally come. On November 16th, 2025, we submitted Transients to Steam for final review. And if you're watching this video, that means that we have been greenlit, and I can finally say that the release date for Transients is December 4th, 2025. I would love for you to check it out on Steam and leave us a wish list. I would love to get to 50,000 before this game launches. Now, 3 years ago when I pitched this game to you, I was bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and ready to take on the world. I told you guys that we wanted to release a solid indie title that harkens back to the glory days, and we wanted to do it for a solid price. I believe the quote was shooting for $10 to $15 because my goal here isn't to jet off to the Bahamas with all of the profit. Well, 3 years later and a much more polished product, as well as an investor to keep happy, things needed to shift. I'm here to announce that Transients will be available at launch on December 4th for $19.99 with a 15% discount, putting the launch price at just under $17. I missed my mark by a couple of dollars. Please forgive me. There's also a supporter edition of the game that you can purchase for $29.99. Now, this isn't a bundle of exclusive cosmetics and locking away DLCs. You get access to the official soundtrack for the game and the quality like FLAC and WAVE lossless files that come with that, as well as a 145-page art book that's more of a design document showcasing early concept art, sketches, ideas, and jot notes from the team, insights into why we made certain design calls, how maps changed from concept to reality, early looks at character sketches, and it's essentially a deep dive into how this game came to be from a team of amateur indie developers who have grown into a small little studio. Now, the soundtrack will be available for everyone at a later date via Spotify and YouTube, so this is really a way for you guys to support our future endeavors, get one of the sickest art books that I've seen, and have the highest quality version of the soundtrack available through Steam. We're also partnering up with a few studios for bundles, which provide even more discounts if you buy the game there. 0 Hour, Intravenous 2, as well as Trepang 2 have signed on for the launch. So if you get the game through those bundles, there's even more savings, putting us right in line with what I told you guys I wanted to do 3 years ago. Transients features 9 levels spread across the world of New Houston and beyond, with a total playtime of around 8 to 12 hours based on internal playtester times. The game is a stealth action FPS, meaning it's meant to be played from the shadows, tactically moving through environments, taking out enemies as quietly as you can. However, it is a shooter, meaning if you want to get into the action, you can go guns blazing at your own risk. I want to stress that this isn't a game that you can stealth all the way through. There are moments that require you to gun your way out of the situation. You play as Eli Reed, codenamed Talon, an accountant for hire who is part of the Collective, a group of highly trained mercenaries and assassins who handle bounties that corporations or other entities put out on one another. Accountants keep the books balanced by any means necessary. Only this time, Eli finds his own name at the top of the bounty list, with a shocking amount of Akron coin tied to taking him out. Eli dons the NNCG Eclipse suit. Originally built for the war efforts overseas, this suit comes equipped with Kevlar superior protection powered by end caps, which expand upon bullet impact, protecting Talon through intense combat scenarios. Equipped with your wrist launcher, Talon will be able to blind enemies with the flash pulse, distract guards with the noisemaker, put enemies to sleep with the sleep dart, as well as take out lights and other electronics with the EMP pulse. The suit also has night vision capabilities for when the power goes out or if you decide to take out a light or two. Almost every light in the game can be shot out, but be careful who's around when you do so, because you might alert an enemy of your presence. And for when you need a moment to breathe during an intense firefight, you have access to the Adrena-powered time dilation, meaning you can slow down time and gun down your foes with ease, but only for a short duration. Healing items, armor recharges, and Adrena time capsules can be found in levels via pens that plug straight into the suit that help replenish your resources. Usually, Eli has a whole slew of weapons and gear at his disposal, but seeing as he is now on the run, you must find your own gear throughout the levels of transients. Accountant stashes are hidden around the world, which give access to attachments, new weapons, ammo, pens, and certain collectibles. Find these stashes around the world and unlock these attachments that can, for the most part, be swapped between whatever weapon you're using. Sights, foregrips, stocks, underbarrel items, as well as suppressors can be universally fit to almost any weapon, thanks to NWS and their industry-wide standard that allows weapon manufacturers to interchange core parts at will. You can take an MP5 and throw on a longer barrel with a suppressor and a foregrip and turn it into a pseudo-assault rifle. The XM5 has an SBR barrel that shortens the length of the gun and turns it from a carbine rifle to a smaller SMG type. You can take our Renegade shotgun and throw on the long barrel with a shotgun suppressor and turn this hog into a killing machine. Every single attachment has a stat tied to it that changes things like vertical and horizontal recoil, damage, as well as the ergonomics of the weapon. There are 13 base weapons in the game with interchangeable parts that you can customize on the fly, making escaping transients a bit more manageable. There's an entire cast of fully voice-acted characters that weave through this story of transients. There's fully 3D in-engine cinematics, comic book cutscenes, and even some areas where you can speak directly to characters in the world to experience the full lore and story of the game. There's also a full collectible system in the game where you can find PDAs and tablets that feature news stories of things that are happening in New Houston, both in the past and present. On top of the campaign, we've also been working on a secondary mode called Holdout, which is a wave mode where every aspect of the game is on full display. For every kill, you earn points that can be spent to upgrade yourself between rounds. Harder enemies and more enemies spawns happen every wave. Headshots, hiding bodies, and stealth kills earn you more points as well. This is a small side mode for people who maybe are done with the story or simply want a different way to experience our top-tier gunplay. All of that for an asking price at launch of around $17, even cheaper if you buy it with other games. We threw everything we had at this project. We didn't ask for pre-orders. We didn't do early access. We didn't even do a Patreon. All of this was built off of your guys' support for me. Watching the videos, which allowed me to take sponsorships for videos that helped pay my team. We eventually were able to take on a very small investment and built this entire game from scratch over 3 years for less than what it costs to put a trailer out on the Game Awards. We haven't spent $1 in marketing. All of this is built off of the backs of this community. And now I'm asking for a few more things from you. Wishlist the game right now so that you get notified as soon as it goes live on December 4th. Share this video in a Discord. Let people know that this game is coming out. Let's get the word of mouth out there as much as humanly possible. And last and certainly not least, probably the most important thing, pick up Transients at its launch price. It will be the cheapest price you can get it at for the foreseeable future. Support this endeavor, support this studio, and buy a game that was built with blood, sweat, a lot of passion from a small team that gave absolutely every ounce of what they could give to this game. It's a kick-ass little indie shooter that I think you guys are going to enjoy. We shot for a really high quality level for what we could do as a small team. If you guys were in the Transients Discord, we are now, as of today, shifting everybody over to the Big Fry community Discord. There is a Transient section there, so if you buy the game and you happen to run into an issue or just chat about the game and the studio and everything surrounding this launch, go over to the Discord. The link is down in the description below. You guys also have probably noticed we did pull the old demo off of Steam. We had a bunch of people coming in, playing that old demo and judging the game based on what that showed, when in reality, it was a really early look at a game from 2 years ago that since that demo has seen a level of polish that I don't even think the team was ready to actually put on it. But the game has since increased in quality from every aspect from that demo. So if you guys enjoyed that, you're most likely going to enjoy the game. And for those who are asking for minimum and recommended specs for the game, that's now listed at the bottom of the Steam page, but I'll also throw it up on screen here. I don't know what the future holds. I have no idea going into this launch. This is the first time I have seen anything like this and been on this side of the development and like launch process. Obviously, we're hoping for the best. For the last few months, we have been crushing QA, testing the game every single day with multiple testers, both inside the studio and out, trying to make this as issue-free as humanly possible. And I think if enough of you guys support it at launch, pick up a copy of the game, Steam's gonna go, oh, this is poppin', and they're gonna put it in other people's discovery queues, which could just make the game more successful in the long run. So if there has ever been a time to support this channel and this game, that time is now. Pick up a copy of Transients, play the game on December 4th. Let us know what you think, honestly, truly. Take all of the noise of me as a content creator and a controversial figure sometimes. I know we won't be able to push all of that to the side, but I truly hope that if you pick up the game, you can see the merit and you can see that this game stands on its own as a fun little FPS that is punching above its weight class in a lot of ways and is pushing for a quality level that I really don't think a lot of people expected us to do when we first announced this game. And one last final word to my team. Thank you guys. Without them, we're not in this position. Those guys sacrificed a lot to get this game into your hands. And thinking back to our early conversations about what this game was going to be, what we wanted to do, a stealth action game inspired by the games we played growing up, the Splinter Cells, the Max Paynes, the Rainbow Sixes. I think when you look at the overall product, we got pretty damn close to that initial concept. You put in a hell of a lot of effort, and it has truly been a fucking pleasure. Even through all of the stress, even through all of the bullshit, the late nights, the hard conversations, it's truly been a pleasure to watch you guys do your thing, watch you consistently push the envelope forward and create what all of these people out here are wanting to play come December 4th. As always, my name is Big Fry. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting. And I'll see you on December 4th.